So Payday 3 has been this person says Payday 3 game director is in hiding. Payday 3 news. Now you don't know Payday has some stuff going on with it. Like a lot of controversy since day one of it coming out. It's been going crazy. I think I think Opera GX is shooting shots at it too. It was super funny. Oh yeah, look. So they even responded to it. So there's currently an outage for Payday 3 services. While we work on restore this, you may experience slow matchmaking service and errors. We apologize for the inconvenience. And Opera GX really came up with no need for a public announcement, just DM them. This is how low the play count was. That's insane, dude. That they flamed them up like that. We're gonna go take a look at this video I found. Pretty small channel, bigger than me, but pretty small at the same time. I'll put the link right in the chat. Go ahead and put the link if anyone wants to go look at it.
Now, I don't normally make videos covering dev blogs or anything that I see as small time that I can't round up in a bigger video. But this week, we got some stuff that is rearing the ugly head of Payday 3's flaws and Starbreeze's very bloody approach to making games. Going from nice additions going sour, paying for the same product twice, getting rid of the only depth and diversity of...
What? You have to pay for the same product twice?
Bloody approach to making games. Going from nice additions going sour, paying for the same product...
Do you have to pay for that twice? Is it like a... Why did I never have to... I don't know why it keeps turning back on. You have to pay for that twice? Do you? If you buy two of the same weapon to pay 3, you have to buy attachments for them twice. So what? That is so stupid, dude. Who thought that was a good idea?
Product twice, getting rid of the only depth and diversity of playstyle in Payday 3, and a game director who has turned on his community.
Yeah, I want to see what this is going
to be about. Feel free to subscribe to hear me yap about similar stuff to this, but for now, enjoy the video. First off, some good. The compensation items for Syntax Error have been released. For those out of the loop, when Syntax Error was launched, there was a unanimous uproar at the outrageous price, which was almost half the cost of the base game for about 10%.
Alright. DLCs for games, usually it's about maybe 20%, maybe 30%, maybe. They're never this close though. And this is like Elden Ring, for example, right? That's like a whole different game added on. But this is like a chapter 1. Elden Ring was a whole DLC that was basically a second game with like 60 hours of gameplay. There's a big difference.
Percent of its content. Starbreeze said that they can't lower the price of the pack, which I interpret as a legal problem with their publisher, Deep Silver. However, to compensate for the difference with all future DLC prices, they've released a few suits and preset guns to try to make up the difference.
So, you win them over with cosmetics, is what they're saying. You win the fan base over with free cosmetics.
Chapter 1 of Syntax Error, you have access to the Drifter Pack, Preacher Pack, and Island Slacker. Additionally, if you...
Did you have to pay for those actually? Are those free, or did it just release them to the public?
If you own Silver Edition, you get the Heavy Hitter Pack, and if you own Gold Edition, you get the Assassin Pack. I'd also like to add that
you have to pay
originally meant to be part of the microtransaction store that has been postponed, but if you want to hear my opinion on that,
you have to pay tiers on it to get
video,
on the DLC.
But as far as suits go...
I'm sorry. I don't know enough about Payday 3. I don't know if there's I don't know what this gold tier, silver tier crap is at all. Never heard of it. But it sounds like to me, if you buy the gold tier, you get better stuff, obviously, than silver. Do you have to... Is it like when you buy a game, you know, like the base edition is basically silver tier, and gold edition is basically the upgraded tier?
They're awesome.
Is that how
they
it
hit
is?
a few style niches each, that being actual suits and tactical gear from my bank robbing game, but we'll just cover them and the weapons they come with as they are paired with each other. First up, the Heavy Hitter and Veteran Ranger. Now you may recognize this one, seeing that hackers would access it in the files back when the game first launched. But with the official release, I'm glad it's here. It looks great and plays into the heavy look that only RiotCon and Default Chains could achieve before. However, my big gripe with it has to be that in the menus, it just clips with every gun in the game. Every character and gun, while wearing...
Now, this is very common with MMOs, or any game with mass amount of cosmetics, but I don't know how you mess this up. Did you not do testing in the menu when the character's holding the gun?
This thing has their arms go right through the front of it. Every character...
That's insane! Huh.
Except Chain. Wearing this thing has their arms go right through the front of it.
Who thought this was a good idea? Who checked this? Who gave this to go? Who approved this?
Every character except Chains, who while wearing it could be
they probably only tested this character with it.
Taken for an M1A2 Abrams from a distance. Overall, it scratches that tactical itch that I've been looking for in this game much better than the Echelon suit, which they fucked up the color of the shirt. Thank you, modders. But speaking of the Echelon suit, when I was getting footage of the Heavy Hitter in my inventory, it just has the Echelon name and bio instead of Heavy Hitter. I thought it was funny. As for the Veteran Ranger, it's just okay. At a glance, you might think it's a bit better than default because of the longer barrel, but that's just all visual. There's no proper upgrade for a barrel on the FIC9, so it just ends up playing like a cooler to look at SMG that you can't change any of the mods on.
Huh?
Next is the Dark Preacher.
I'm guessing you can mod weapons in the game.
This is a simple black embroidered suit with a priest collar. Not much to add. It looks good. So let's talk about the gun.
No adventures away,
God
buddy.
Damn it. The Wraith is a weapon preset of the Northwest B9, and it's the biggest letdown of the pack in my opinion. It has a lot of good parts to it, a new suppressor, a longer handguard, and a cheek pad on the stock, but at the end of the day, it's still the Northwest B9, and it's...
What are they heisting here? Are they heisting a boat? Like stealing stuff off a boat? I'm curious.
The worst gun in Payday 3. I even tried to put this in an assassin build, but the anemic damage that this thing has and the pitiful ammo pickup to kill ratio just leaves this thing outclassed by every other primary in the game. Hell, even the Ziv got a bit of love and made into a respectable SMG with high ammo pickup and a fast rate of fire. But sadly, even though the Northwest B9 is a rifle, it's in my opinion the worst weapon in the game. After that, we have the Wayward Drifter, a biker-themed outfit complete with ripped denim and a logo on the back. It's a good outfit, not my particular cup of tea, but if you're into the look, more power to you. The weapon paired with this being the Maniacal Moonshiner.
Yeah, we just finished playing Helldivers 2, and we see American double-barrel shotgun.
A preset of the Moscone. One quick thing to note is that the gun barrels in the blog posts are unpainted, while in-game the barrels are decked out in the stars of the American flag. As
Can you not change that, or is it stuck?
If you're looking for a stubby double barrel with some flair to it, this is the gun for you. However,
they sent a juggernaut after that guy?
Menu for the
That's
weapon
insane.
Appears to be set for a rifle and not the Moscone, hence the clipping hand once again. Other than that, good gun. Not much I would change. Next up, we have the Island Slacker.
So I heard this game had big confidence when it came out. I was gonna play it. I couldn't get it around.
With cargo shorts for the more laid-back tropical heister. It's a solid outfit, and makes me wish that we had a beach or island heist to wear it on. It also makes me wish that one day we can get some recolors of this suit so we can have Dragon's outfit that he has on in the Dragon Files. Oh hey, and I just thought of this right now, why not have the outfits that the gang had in the good ending of Payday 2? That would be cool. Lastly, we have the Gentile Cut and the Lance, with these two items being themed around an assassin or hitman. The suit consists of a beige zipped-up turtleneck and a blue...
But this looks awful. I'm not gonna lie. Like how this is like textured. Maybe this is the recording, but this looks awful.
Trench coat with leather pads on the right shoulder.
It kind of looks like it's stuck there. Like you're like, you know when you button it up and stuck there, but it's not buttoned up. It's opened up and it's just stuck there. And like the flap is just hanging up on the side.
And elbows, most likely there to act as cushion for shooting a rifle while prone. Or at least that's how I view it. As a suit, it's slick and a different take on a professional criminal. I love it. As for the rifle, I love
like
that as well.
I think it looks
Not
ugly.
much is new, model-wise, just a texture over the wood furniture, but we do have a fluted barrel, which is done in real life to reduce the weight of the rifle. In-game, it's the Rhinefield setup for long range, so any good sniper build should be able to use it just fine. Overall, the DLC is great, and is just what this game needs. Is what I would say if everything had gone to plan.
I was about to say,
But leave it to
there has to be
Starbreeze
a
to
catch,
fumble
right?
over the
There's
finish
a
line.
catch.
While I may have gotten all my items and guns right on time, others weren't so lucky. Especially on consoles. Plenty of players ended up getting a few items, but then had their inventories overran with duplicates of the same guns or suits taking over their pages and leaving them in a worse state before they were given out. Starbreeze and consoles have never had the best relationship, especially with PayDay. So it was nice to hear them not leave consoles high and dry with PayDay 3 and update the game at the same time along with PC.
I should try this out.
In practice, it's always felt like they've been
Well, I
playing
couldn't even
catch-up
play last time I
and
tried.
just
It wouldn't
straight
even
up
load the game
not
up.
knowing how to
I'll try
push out
playing Game
updates
Pass.
for consoles effectively, or on a greater scale to push out DLC for the rightful owners without jumping through 10 different hoops and delaying an update. I was one of the lucky ones who managed to get this with no problems, but this is an issue that needs to be sorted out for the sake of longevity of Payday 3. Hey, so I'm recording this a bit after the fact, but it looks like everything's been sorted out since the past weekend, so go figure. Next
So they
up, we got
fixed
the
everything?
Legacy Heist situation. So,
Besides
quick
the
recap.
monetary
One of
value, I
Almir's
guess.
many streams, he said that the Legacy heists were going to be free, being true with what we got with Turbot Station and Cook-Off. However,
So,
he has now later
I'm guessing Legacy Heist or from Payday 2 or Payday 1. If anyone even plays Payday 1 anymore. But mainly Payday 2, I'm guessing.
said that the writing is on the wall at Starbreeze, and they don't have the budget to put out every Legacy heist for free.
Why?
So he asked the community how they felt if Legacy heists were paid DLC. So, here's my 2
Why?
cents.
I just go play Payday
As
2.
it stands, I'm not shocked by the announcement. Payday 2 had nearly 80 plus heists by the end of its
Alright,
life.
that's a little bit
and you can't-
excessive. That is excessive. And those are things $2, $2, $2, $3, $2. That is insane.
realistically expect all those heists to be brought over to the new
No.
game free of charge.
No.
That's having
course
8
not.
times the playable content that we currently have in Payday 3, not to mention that about 80% of that content was paid DLC to
They should not move DLCs over. Those are from the old game, and if they're going to do that, they should not charge you for it because they already charged you for it in the game beforehand. That's my opinion on it. I don't think they should charge you for that. If they're trying to make you buy it, do not buy it. I would not buy it.
begin with for Payday 2. So, here's my solution. If you want to add Legacy DLC and need to make some kind of money back on it, do what you did with the Wolfpack DLC with Payday the Heist. The Wolfpack was the first paid DLC in the history of Payday, so what the devs did to honor it was that if you owned the Wolfpack for Payday the Heist, you automatically had it for Payday 2. So if
Yeah,
you really want to get some money out of
If
the
you want to add
community,
this, if you want to add the same DLC, you should have it like it's a Wolfpack. We're going to use that example. If you pretend Payday 2, Payday 1, and let's say you have Payday 1 and they give you free Payday 2, and they take it away from you in Payday 3. That seems pretty scummy, in my opinion. Because now they're just down, like, you give them money for it, they gave you beforehand, now they're taking it away from you.
have a system similar to that. If you have Payday 2, you have all its base game heists unlocked for Payday 3. If you have the first game, same thing. And then so on with the other DLC like the Wolfpack.
Yeah,
Now,
if they're
is this
releasing
realistic?
assets, they usually get
Not
for free.
particularly. But is it better than having your fans pay for the same DLC they bought 10 years ago? In my opinion, yes. But that leads me to how I feel about Legacy heists as a whole. As much as I like them, I don't really want them right now. Payday 3 is a game that is living in the shadow of its predecessor, and is
Yes.
struggling to make a new identity for itself outside of the
I heard it's like
unplayable,
it has
and
less
unfun mess
stuff
that it
in
was at
general.
launch, with the changes to basic
even on
systems
launch.
and features that the first game came with that it was missing.
Yeah,
so
that's
if
what
it
I'm saying.
were up to me, I would hold back on the Legacy heists. Take the time and money you have and make some brand new heists. Within a month of Payday 2 being released, they put out Diamond Store.
Why do they have to keep reusing old assets? Why can't you not just add a new heist? Why are you using old heist? I'm pretty sure people like the old heist, but that's why there's an old game, so they can go play the old heist.
And by the
I
end
hate
of the year,
I hate when they do that. I hate when Call of Duty does it too, because I'm buying the new game. I'm not buying the old game.
Here, we had a Halloween heist with Safe House Nightmare and a Christmas heist with White Xmas. The first returning heist that we got from the first game for Payday 2 was First World Bank, and that was 2 years after the game came out. For those 2 years, it was nothing but brand new heists. Now granted, the last game before Payday 2 had a tiny amount of heists compared to that game, so there were less expectations to bring back classic heists, so I'll give some leeway to Payday 3 having the monumental task of having classic heists from Payday 2 to add to 3. But at this point in the game's life, I just want to see something new. And hopefully,
Exactly.
Diamond District is shaping up to be just that.
I guess
But
there's
just
new
when
DLC
things
coming
start
out.
to look good... Oh. So while I was working
Wait,
on this
what did I
video,
say?
we got the dev blog... Oh.
This is Mario Drag, game director on Payday 3, and today I'd like to talk about the upcoming balance change to ammo funnel and replenished skill combo. I don't know what that is, but it sounds like they're about to ruin it in a way, probably.
Oh. So while I was working on this video, we got the dev blog and videos from the Starbreeze partners, letting us know that come next update, the ammo funnel and replenish skills will be
I did
nerfed
this
into
heist in Payday 2.
non-existence.
I remember
For
this.
those who don't know, ammo funnel and replenish are skills in the mower line that let you refill your rifle's
That was like
ammo
years
and
ago,
magazine automatically for just having edge. This paired nicely with the double barrel and the LMG. The game director Mio says that the change is being done because the skill combo is OP and wants
Maybe-
to break up
maybe it
the
wasn't
skills
this
into
high.
3 separate
Maybe something
skills
similar
that
though.
only proc for headshots.
I remember
Now,
something similar
do
to
I
this anyway.
understand
It was so
where
long
they're
ago,
coming from?
I could be wrong.
Yes, that skill combo is OP and a mainstay for most loud builds. Hell, in my main loud build, I handicap myself by only taking replenish because I like to play with weapons with realistic ammo count for the magazines. But do I think that the skill should be changed? No, at least not right now. And that's where the drama starts. A
Are
few
you trying
weeks
to
ago,
change
the
the skills?
Starbreeze partners got to hear about these changes early, and unanimously, bar one who was apathetic to the change, said that this was a bad idea. And I agree
Yes.
with them.
If-
Like it or not, ammo
If your game already launched with certain stuff, you should not change it anyways. Battlefield 5 did this. They changed how the gunplay worked 3 different times. Major differences. People liked how it was before it. They changed it, ruined it. People started backing away from the game. They changed it again. It was pretty good from there. I think they changed it one more time. Maybe it was 4 times. And I think after that I stopped playing because I hated it. Because it felt like it was too spongy. It was like you gun and shoot fast, but it was like 3 to 4 shots to kill. Then once they changed it, it was like increased fire rate on most guns and increased or decreased time to kill.
funnel and replenish are the most fun skill
Or increased
combo
because
in
they
the
added like
game
extra hit
and are as
point
deep
or
as
something.
skill
I don't
builds
know.
get for Payday
That saved
3.
you.
This is what you get for getting rid of perk decks, but I'll save that for another video. But for some reason, the dev team and Mio the game director ignored the opinion of all the partners and are hard pushing the change. Which leads into the bigger drama.
If it fails, it
and
fails.
that
That's all I
being the
know.
sad cycle of Payday devs just being real douches to the community. There's the infamous quote from Bo Anderson saying, "Your opinion, my choice," and now we're living through that again. On Twitter, Mio has been going on a rampage shitting on fans who have been critical of this upcoming change, and all of this really hitting the fan when
This
his
looks
partner
really-
started berating Red Archer Live of all people,
Unrealistic.
who has probably been the most optimistic about Payday 3 as a whole. And when people start saying this is a bad look for the game director to be doing on his personal account, you start sending out the same copy-paste message to people. Someone on the Reddit also dug up a tweet from him
Oh,
last
God.
year saying that
It's
things
always
don't work
nice to
out,
see
he would
the
start
developers
reposting furry posts so
talking
that
to the community.
dweebs will leave. Thankfully, he has since privated his account, so no unsolicited furry today, but this is
Oh,
the
God.
tip of a bigger iceberg. So this is where I have to interject with some updates about the situation and how it's panned out. The good news is that Starbreeze has turned a complete 180 on the ammo funnel change,
Good.
which was to
Good.
make it a speed reload skill, but we already have that in Enforcer. But we get to keep the 2 other skills that would have replaced it. That will come out in the next update. This is
Why would you replace something if you can add something instead? Why take away stuff from players when you can add stuff in instead?
great to see, as that Payday 3 needs more content and playstyle options, not less. Now, on to Mio. His account is still protected, and there's been no official statement from Starbreeze, although I think they said they would put one out, but don't quote me on that. However, here's my 2 cents on the situation. It is very unprofessional to have the game director and his partner antagonize the fanbase for not wanting a change to the skills they like.
Telltale 2 kind of had the same controversy with the, the community managers talking to the players. This happened probably like 5 months ago, maybe 3, something around that. I was still playing at that time, so it's probably like 3 or 4 months ago. But it's not anyone else. I think someone got fired when they did the PlayStation migration thing, trying to get everyone to log in. Just a heads up.
And I'll be quite frank in saying that I think the faith in Mio as the game's director has reached an all-time low in the community. However, Starbreeze and the team still have faith in him. Or at least that's what Almir has said. Now, let me say one thing in Mio's defense. Calling for his termination from Starbreeze is a very big deal. This is a man's livelihood on the line. Do I personally want to see him fired? No.
Okay.
All I want at the end of the day is Payday 3 to prosper as the successor to Payday 2 and Payday the Heist. However, Mio has rubbed a lot of people the wrong way and disrespected the community. I don't see Mio stepping down anytime soon, because if he did, that would be the second game director we lost in less than a year. But as for the future of him in that position, it's hard to tell. So let's try and be optimistic and say that this can be a learning experience for everyone. Mio can walk away from this with some humility and a better understanding of the community and what the game needs. And as a community, we can make our voices heard constructively. Will this actually happen? Probably not. But it's not a sin to want everyone to be happy at the end of the day. So, what do we have?
Which is probably a good thing.
That could have launched better, but are sort of out now at least. The proposition of paying for legacy heists, and a game director who has gone underground. A mixed bag, but at the very minimum, we do get Diamond District for free on the 19th, and Land of the Free, aka Houston Breakout. So yeah, that's all I got for now. See you guys.
Well, that's pretty interesting. Why is Payday under so much controversy all the time? I linked the thing in the chat. It's also going to be linked on the YouTube video. Pretty nice video.